Good morning, everybody. We're gonna start in soon. We're gonna start like in 5-10 minutes here. Hey, good morning, Damien, Peter. Good morning, Damien, Peter, Rob, nephew Ted, Dadu. So these are the questions that came up yesterday. While we did the poll. So these are questions that came up yesterday. So we're gonna go over like a simulation style, and then hopefully all questions are gonna be answered in that situation. So basically, first, entries and exits, best executions of both. So I'm gonna go over them one by one, and hopefully this can give you some clarity, because some questions, they're like very specific questions. Some questions are extremely specific, which means there's going to be a lot of instances in the charts that require a lot of variables at play. So the best way to answer those questions are going to be looking at the charts themselves. So we're going to go over the first one: entries and exits, best executions of both. We've said it again and again. The entries. Oh, let me record this. Or is it being recorded on YouTube? Hey Matt, I see your hand raised. It's only me who's talking today. So let's record this. All right. So entries and exits. Best entries depend on what type of trade you're trying to take, right? That's where entries come on. Like what kind of trades you're trying to take. If you're trying to take a buy, right? How far your stop loss is going to be. That's what you're looking at. Same thing with sells. I mean, if you're trying to take sells, where do you see your resistances? Right, because if you can see a resistance, that's where your stop is going to be. So that's mainly with entries. Exits, same thing. Like we've talked about it again and again. Like with exits, it's like, okay, how far your target is. Let's say price came down, created some support. Now it's trying to move up. How far your target is, where you're trying to close the trade, where you're trying to exit. Before you take a trade, you should have your stop loss marked out and your exit marked out. Right? You can enter wherever you want, but your stop loss and exit has to be confirmed first. So we're going to go over simulation here. Entries with profitable risk reward ratio. Every entry you're going to take will have a profitable risk reward, right? I mean, this still goes down to the fact that, okay, where are you trying to enter? Seems like the same question. How to manage trades. If you open multiple positions, effective ways to take profit from the table and minimize risk as the trade runs. Okay, let's read this question again. How to manage trades, right? So if you open multiple positions, effective ways to take profit from the table and minimize risk as the trade runs. The way that works is, let's say if you open 4 positions, right? And you're like, okay, at 10-15 pips, I'm going to close 3 positions. You close them, and then you put stops at break even on the last one. Simple. 2 things are going to happen. Either the trade is going to keep on running, or the trade's gonna reverse and hit your stop loss. How to get rid of SRFX? I'm not sure. How to help limit drawdown after entry? Drawdown is inevitable. Whenever you take a trade, right, and you have a stop loss on the trade, that means that you are accepting the loss. If you cannot accept the loss before you take a trade, you will always panic during drawdown. Remember that. Right? You should always accept the loss that you're about to take, and drawdown is not going to be a problem, because if your lot size is too high, drawdown is going to bother you. If you've been over trading, drawdown is going to bother you, right? If you know exactly how much you're going to lose if it hits stop loss, drawdown is not going to bother you, because you've already accepted that fact. How to trade wick fills when in momentum from high time frame picture. So there's a long webinar on this topic, how to trade wick fills when in momentum. There are 4 webinars. There are 4 webinars on this. Okay, break, retest, buy, sell. Alright, so we're going to go over this as well in the simulation. Plotting support resistance in the correct place in tricky market conditions, like a lot of wicks and fresh zones being made. The thing is, this question here, when there are a lot of wicks, you know, there are two things. Either you just wait for a break, or like, you know, you try to battle the market. That's what happened on GJ from Monday till Thursday. It just ranged. Knowing when to exit a trade once you've entered, even though they haven't hit TP. For example, cutting losses short. We're going to go over that as well. Basically, cutting losses shorts come from, like, you know, when you identify that, okay, like, you know what, if a price is trending up, if it breaks the low of the previous candles, then that's the indication that price may start to reverse. So that's where you might want to put stops at break even, or you might want to exit the positions. Again, it's a very open, subjective question. It depends on a lot of variables. So we're going to try to cover those variables here in the simulation today. So what's knowing when to... Oh, interesting. Knowing when to execute and when to wait in volatile market conditions. Knowing when to execute. Again, that comes to the point that, okay, when are you trying to take the entry, right? If it's buys, if it's sells, you know, where your stop loss is going to be, how you're going to, like, is there any news events? What caused the volatility? So that's a very important question you need to ask yourself. Like, was there news? Was there any speech? Was there an announcement? Do you want to trade during announcements? Stuff like that. Show how would you go about doing a scalp versus a swing trade. Okay, perfect. So we're going to go over this as well. Break out of range. When to trade momentum. When to trade break and retest when it breaks. Momentum and break and retest, they're all the same. Okay, because without momentum, there's going to be no break and retest, right? Because if a price is going to break up, right, the next, you know, we're breaking up, let's say we have resistance here, you know, and then you have this some sort of a bearish candle, and then you have a bullish candle that broke up, right, and now what you want is you need a support form, right? So you have a price coming down, price came down, and then you have a bullish candle formed, right? So this is a break, this is a retest, this is where your stop loss is going to be, you know, if in case this fails, because now you're expecting the next candle to continue moving up, right? Okay, let's see here. Discussion review of the several entry techniques that are used in daily webinars. So we're going to go over these techniques in the simulation as well. I'm in. Perfect. How to know if the trade is valid. We're going to go over that as well. Tops and bottoms. Sorry, we don't call tops and bottoms. How to identify liquidity zones, areas. Perfect. So we're going to go all of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some simulation work. Got my Google here open. Oh. So what we're going to do is we're going to simulate what? EJ? Euro JPY? Yeah, Euro JPY. Euro JPY. One moment here. All right, so there it is, random date. Okay, so let's only do Sundays. Sundays get dates. All right, so what we got? We got February 2018. Let's do 30th September 2018. 30th September 2018. Uh, 30th September. Ooh, I got all these years. September, 30th September. Your JPY, New York close. We're gonna start with what? Let's start with 5,000. Perfect. Now we're gonna get all the charts. Let's see what we got. We got the daily. We got the 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute. Do we need a 5 minute? I'm not sure. I don't think we need 5 minutes. Okay, 30, this. All right. First of all, we need naked charts like this, right? We need naked charts and naked charts. We can get these naked charts. Okay, perfect. What date is this? October? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's October. All right, so first of all, we're going to look at the daily chart and we're going to see what's happening. So obviously this is the Monday. This is the Sunday market open. We're going to skip the first hour, 6 p.m. This is 7 p.m. All right, so we're going to go to 7 p.m. So now looking at the daily, what we see is, first of all, the daily charts, what they did is they created some sort of a resistance here, right? They did some sort of a resistance, and now when daily is rejecting this, we see some sort of a this is a liquidity wick, right? This is like you're thinking, okay, why did this wick happen? So we're going to investigate on the small time frames right over here on the 4 hour. So it seems like what the 4 hour candles did was that the 4 hour candles created some sort of a support right over here. Right, so now if we're zooming in, we're trying to identify supports and resistances on the 4 hour, right? So the candle is formed at this point, and when we look left, the immediate resistance we see is right over here, right? This is the only thing that we're going to focus on right now because that's the immediate resistance that we see, and we're going to go off of there, and we're going to see what happens. Because it seems like that we might be doing like this could be like a fake out to go to the upside, but we're not really sure yet. So we're gonna wait and see what happens. Now let's look on the 1 hour time frame. Now the 1 hour time frame is interesting because look, now the 1 hour gapped up, right? This is very, very important. Now when the market opened, price gapped up, and what you're looking at is that this was resistance on the 1 hour right here. Because if you look at the candles were reversing, rejecting. So 131.940 is resistance on the 1 hour. And if you look left, this is also some sort of a support, right? So price broke above it. So now technically, price should come back down and respect this level as support and then continue to go up. Because this was a range right here on the 1 hour, right? This was the range here. Let's clone it on 30 minutes. Let's take a look. See, 30 minutes. This was resistance, price coming down. So possibly, like, you know, there's a very, very high possibility that price now may start to go up. So we're gonna wait and see what happens, how the price behaves, and then we're gonna, you know, try to see if we can take a positive trade, right? So basically, we're looking for a bullish candle formed on the 30 minute or on the 1 hour because, you know, trend is bullish. It broke above resistance. Right, so now we just gotta wait. You just gotta wait for candles to close, right? Because if we can wait for candles to close, then that's a very good thing. See, price is moving up. Oh wow, fast and furious. And see here. See, the 1 hour candles are still, 1 hour candles about to close. 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, this is the Asian Open now. Now, when you're looking at the 30 minute rejected a resistance right over here, right? Rejected a resistance. Now it's coming to back down. Now, you know, it's coming back down to this support here. So at this point, there's probably no trade. Take a look at the 4 hour, right? There's probably no trade here. I mean, unless we see some signs of bullish movement, but other than that, there's probably nothing. So let's just wait and see. This is the first Asian session of the week. Mostly it ranges as well, so you know, it's better to just stay out and relax and wait for the next one to come along. Oh, how many pips is this? 15. Right. So now you look at the time. This time is 9 p.m., right? This is when the volatility, like, a little bit starts to die down. Like, you know, so now at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to the New York session. The other thing to notice is that if this level here gets respected as resistance, you know, we should continue moving down, right? So we're going to wait and see what happens. So we're going to go forward to the New York, pre-New York, 8, 9, 10. This is London Open. London Open, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. All right, 6 a.m. We come into the charts, and this is what we see at 6 a.m. Now, what does this mean at 6 a.m.? Right? We are at resistance. Okay? So if we're at resistance, do we buy resistance? Probably not. We don't buy resistance. We don't buy resistance at all. So what we do is we are good traders and we just wait, right? Because if this resistance is going to get rejected, we want to see a resistance created at this level. Just like resistance was created at this level, we need a resistance created at this level here too. You know, if it's going to break up, it's going to come down and create a support at this level to continue moving up, right? But we're at resistance. We don't want to buy. We want to wait for confirmation so that we can have a very safe trade. That's what we're going to wait for. Capiche? Capiche? Because if this gets respected, this resistance, we're coming down to, ooh, wow, what a fucking drop. We can come down all the way here. All right, so this is the 30-minute candle is about to close. 3, 2, 1. 30-minute candle has closed right here. Right? So let's take a look at this. So most people look at the charts like this, right? And when you're looking at the charts like this, you don't have much information, you know? So when we look at the 30-minute is creating some sort of a resistance right here. You know, trend is bullish. We look on the 4 hour, and the 4 hour candle went bullish in the first. Ooh, it went up 25 pips. The 4 hour candle in the first hour, an hour and a half. You know, when looking at the daily is also starting to move up, but daily is entering into this resistance area. So 30-minute. Now you can turn around and say, okay, well, look at this, right? The 30-minute candles rejected this area before, and it's rejecting this area again. The 30-minute candles, right? They're rejecting this area. So now here's what you look at. That if, let's say, what's the probability that this price is gonna get rejected here again? What's the probability? You know, now if you're saying that it's gonna reject this area, first of all, what you're doing is you are looking at your stop loss. You know, so maybe a stop is gonna be somewhere here. Maybe let's say at 490, 132, 490, which is 10 pips, right? And where is your exit is going to be? Exit is probably going to be at, you know, 132, 255. That's going to be your exit, right? So now you have a profitable trade. So what we're going to do is we have $5,000, and we're going to risk a total of what? 2%. right? 2% per position, 10 pips. And oh, okay, perfect, right? 2% per position, candles closing bearish on 30-minute time frame. Now, what you're saying is that as long as price stays below the high of the previous candle, it should continue moving down. Make sense? What we're going to do is we have two positions. One we're going to close at our TP, which will be right over here, and then the other one we're going to let it run, right? We're going to let it run because, hey, what if it runs into a swing trade? Who knows? So that's what we're going to go off of. Let's see what happens. This is our trade running. We have a stop loss, and our take profit is somewhere down over here. 132, 270. Let's place this stop loss here. TP. How do you change TP? Oh, whatever. We'll just close it manually. Oh, click plus. Alright, so TP is going to be somewhere here because, like, you know, okay, this is what's happening. You're looking at price coming down, right? You're looking at price come down from up here. Now you're looking left. You're looking at this candle, like, okay, bullish, bullish, bullish. So this is where it had some sort of a support, right? So this will be a first TP target. The next TP target, if it continues moving down, would be somewhere here, 131,940, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to place our first TP target at 132,261, which is what, 12 pips away? All right. Price 132,251. Actually, 255. There we go. TP. Oh, come on, come on. Oh, wow. No way. No way. Almost. No, not yet. So now, okay, so now this is very interesting. So now you see the 30-minute candle has closed bearish, right? Take a look at this. We had rejection. 30-minute candle closed bearish, right? Now, what's happening is this candle made a high. This candle made a lower high, right? So now this candle has to create a lower high as well for it to continue moving down, right? That's the basics of a downtrend. Is still moving. Price is moving and grooving. See now when you're looking at the time, there's what, 4 minutes left for the 30-minute candle to close, and this should continue moving down. See, now we have another lower high. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to take profits on one position. Right, we took profits, and the other one we're going to put at break even. Let's take a look at the 1 hour candle. The 1 hour candles, look at this, bearish, right? So now we have it at break even. Our one position is at break even now. See, it's running 20 pips. And if it comes down, I think the target would be 949. 949 would be okay. Let's take a look at this. Price 131.950. Let's see, 950. There. Beautiful. Oh shit, this thing is running hard. This is gold for me. Oh, thank you. Are you would you move stop loss to? So what I'm going to do is possibly going to wait. Possibly going to wait before moving the stop, because essentially, if you're looking at the 1 hour, the 1 hour candle is creating a lower high right here. So the next 1 hour candle should not go above this high if it's going to continue moving down, right? Because if it stays below this high, you know, it's going to continue moving down, and we're gonna grab some serious pips. So this is 8 a.m. 8 a.m. New York Open. You know, whenever we say, okay, you know what, it's New York Open, so there's going to be some sort of a, like, you know, like a retracement. So this is, I think, what Ted and them talk about. So we're just kind of chilling now. If you look on the 4 hour, if the 4 hour closes bearish, I think the next one is going to continue moving down, because it's breaking this 4 hours bullish momentum, because this 4 hour rejected down here, but it finished bullish. Now this one is trying to do some doo-doo work. So we're going to wait and see. We're going to wait to see how this 30-minute candle closes. It's about to close. If you look in the time, there's 10 minutes left for the 30-minute candle to close. The 30-minute candle seems like what's happening is that it's coming into this area right over here. See, it broke up. Now it's coming back down. It's creating some sort of a resistance here. Would you just leave it at BE, or would you move it in profit? See, now since it's creating resistance, now I might want to bring it in like some sort of a profit. Maybe bring it somewhere down here, 132.300, because I think that's going to be a good area to move the stop to. 132, yeah, 132.300 would be okay. Actually, like a little bit of a profit is fine. So this is, oh wow, what the fuck happened? Oh, no way, we got stopped out. Damn. See, that's what happens. That's why you take profits. Let's take a look at 15-minute. So the 30-minute candles, if the 30-minute closes below 132.281, we might have another sell opportunity, because if you look left, this was resistance and candles consolidated here. If this candle closes below 132.270, I think we're going to continue moving down. So we got to wait. Yeah, good thing we had stops at break even, you know, because you never know. You never know what the market's going to do. Wow, this thing is still moving up. Damn. Damn, Daniel. All right, 5 minutes left for this 4 hour to close. Let's look at the 15-minute. 15-minute coming down. 15-minute is maybe, okay, take a look at this. Maybe this move up was a fake out, right? If you're looking on the 30-minute, let's just copy this here. Copy this, objective, copy, clone. Yeah, see, right here. Maybe this 1 hour push up was a fake out, because this is resistance here to the left. Maybe this was a fake out. If this was a fake out, this should continue moving down. Can we take another risk? Take another risk. Oh, see, it closed below this level. It closed below this level. Now there's a higher chance it can continue moving down. Let's look at the 4 hour. The 4 hour closed bearish as well. 1 hour candle also closed below that level. You know, the 1 hour candle broke the high of the previous one, but it closed below the high of that candle. It also closed below resistance. Can you move your stop to a position where it closes in profit? Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, you can always move your stops in areas like, you know, where you can, now we're going to put this position at break even, because this is the second trade, right? It's very important to protect the profits now, because this is the second trade, and this is a risk-free trade now. You know, if it keeps on running to the original target, it's going to be 31 pips. So this is a scalp turned into a day, like a day trade. If the candle closes bearish, yes. So now when we look on the 30-minute, the 30-minute candle has closed bearish. It's formed resistance, so this could be a very good entry. Again, you know, it's formed bearish. So now essentially what you're saying is that as long as price stays below this level, it should continue moving down, fill this wick, you know, and then fill this range down here as well. So now essentially price is creating a top wick on the 30-minute candle to continue moving down, but obviously we got stopped out. We are still within a New York session time frame. Yes, this is almost 10 a.m. Almost 10 a.m. right here. Yeah. Retest 132.50. Wow. Too bad, so sad. Too bad, so sad. Well, I guess this New York session was a dud. We took a loss here in New York session, so that's okay. We're going to move to the Asian session now, but I still think it's going to drop. Let's move forward. 15-minute time frame. Wow. At the very last minute. At the very last minute. Yeah, see, at this time we're done trading. Like, we're not even looking at the chart. So, you know, price did little bounces here and there and then dropped, so whatever. So now we're going into the Asian session. And this is the Asian session start right over here. This is the Asian session start. So now, when you're looking at the Asian session, this is where you put pending orders, right? If you look right here. Now, what do you got? Let's move to 6 p.m. This is 5:30 p.m. This is 6 p.m. All right. So you got a resistance, and then you got a support. So what's happening now? Asian session, so far, it's ranging, right? You got a resistance, you got a support. So basically what you're doing is you're just waiting for it to break up. So if price, let's say, starts to break up, you know, break above this level, it's going to go up, and you're going to say, okay, well, maybe it's going to go up to this area. But if it breaks down, then you're targeting probably this area right here. Because now when it breaks the support and you're looking left, you see all these clean candles. Clean traffic. So this is going to be the best position where you can put yourself into a profitable trade. So what do we do when price is ranging? We wait. We wait for the price to break in one direction, and then we try to see if we can have a profitable outcome. So basically, what we would want to do is to put like maybe a sell stop down here at like 131,700. So let's do that. 131,700 sell stop. 715. Actually, let's do 700. Is 26 pips away. Sell stops. How do you put sell stops? Oh, pending. Sell stop, 26 pips away. Sell stop. There we go. We got a sell stop that if price starts to move, it's going to activate it and it's going to continue moving down. Now, in the same way, what we need a buy stop, because if we're going to have a sell stop, we might as well have a buy stop as well, right? So let's put a buy stop at let's say 130, 132.030, 132.030, which is like 5 pips away. 5 buy stop. Perfect. Perfect. Price is ranging. So this is the Asian session, and price is ranging in the Asian session. So we don't know whether it's going to break out or not, because look, what's the time right now? If you're looking at the time, this is 45 minutes left for the Asian Open. 45 minutes left. Right? And price is ranging. Look at the 30-minute. Just some dumb shit happening right here. Look at this range. Like, how are you going to trade this range, man? You can't trade this range. God damn. Let's look on the 4 hour. 4 hour seems like it wants to drop. Let's look at the daily. Daily, oh man, daily seems like it wants to drop for sure. So this is where you, okay, this is awesome. Now this is where you look at the high time frame, right? This is where you look at the high time frame, and then you manage your position. So like, let's say now when you're looking at the high time frame, the daily time frame, excuse me, it seems like that the previous daily candle, let me just zoom in over here. Oh man, this is 100% sell. This is heading down for sure. No doubt about that in my mind. This is heading down for sure. Because take a look at this, man. This is so sexy. If you look on the daily candle, look at this, man. This was a bearish daily candle, right? This one just went up. You know, this one went up. So maybe it's going to fill this wick, and then probably it's going to fill this wick down over here too, right? But we don't know when it's going to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to, like, you know, maybe like anticipate it. So what we're going to do is now, if price is moving down, okay, if price is moving bearish, what do we look for? Do we look for a support to be formed, or do we look for a resistance to be formed? Come on. Come on. We got 50 people in Zoom and no one knows the answer. Resistance, right? Robert is right. The other one's probably just sleeping, right? So resistance to be formed. So now we're going to go to the 4 hour time. So whoever asked the question about how to, like, you know, look for a scalp and look for a swing trade, this could be very well be your swing trade. Down to 20 pips and then all the way down. Oh wow, 70 pips. This is awesome. Yeah, resistance, right? So now when we look on the 4 hour, what we see is that maybe this area, okay, let's start from the left. Support, 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 right? Price rejected it. And then resistance, resistance, right? And then support, 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 because look, the candles are rejecting. And then resistance, and this could be possible resistance. So now what we got to do is we have to look at more information here on the 1 hour, because we're trying to activate a swing trade now. God damn, I'm getting excited about this now. We're about to activate a swing trade. So now when you look on the 1 hour, now you're saying, okay, well, you know, well, we had a consolidation here when market opened Monday, right? It respected this area as support. This area got respected as support again, and then price broke it, and now price rejected it as resistance, resistance. So maybe we can have, maybe if this is resistance, and if we're banking on the fact that, okay, we might head down, might have a, I mean, where's the stop is going to be, like 10 pips? Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Because if this is the top, if this is the resistance on the higher time frame, then price should continue moving bearish. So we're going to wait and see. Right? So we got early entries. We got early entries as scalps, which will turn. So once, if this support gets broken, these early entries will go in break even, and then our pending will be activated if the support gets broken. So we're going to wait and see what happens. I mean, this range is what? This is a 15 pip range. The previous 1 hour candle closed bearish, which gives us confidence that, okay, now the next one should continue moving bearish as well. So we're going to wait. So now if you look on the time, there's 20 minutes left. 20 minutes left for this 1 hour candle to close. So we're kind of waiting. Let's wait and see what happens. This is awesome. We're about to make, now see the 1 hour candle also closed. Now, how did the 1 hour candle close, right? Let's look at this information. Let's pause this first and look at this information, because most people can't read candles, right? So we gotta get good at reading candles. Now, how does a downtrend work, right? How does the downtrend work? A downtrend moves like this. You know, this is how downtrend moves, right? So price is making a high, it's making a lower high, a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then lower high, and then lower low, right? So what's happening here? Look, price made a high, 1 hour candle made a lower high, made a lower low, made a lower high, made a lower low, and now, you know, another lower low. So if once it starts coming down, then, like, you know, we can probably put positions at break even. Someone asked a very good question. That support in the middle of the range, doesn't that bother you? Yeah, but we're looking at the high time frame. We're looking at the 1 hour. Now, basically what's happening is, this is the main support down over here. This is the main support that we're looking at, right? We're anticipating that if this resistance gets respected, 131, let's say 980, the daily candle should continue moving down. So in essence, we're anticipating that maybe this wick up on the daily candle was the high of the day. If this is the high of the day, then price should continue moving. If you look at the day, it's Tuesday too, so let's see what happens. Actually, let's look at the news here too. We got AUD news, we got, oh, no news. Some Euro news, but should be okay. Let's see what happens. Oh shit, we're moving. 10 pips. See this? 2 scalps. We closed 2 scalps, right? Because we reached our target, 10 pips, and we put the last one at break even. Now we have a position risk-free running, and we have a pending order that, you know, if the support breaks, we want to catch that move up, because at this time, I'm probably going to go to sleep. So now these orders are running while we're sleeping. We're in bed. Let's take a look here. 4 hour candles, 1 hour candles. See how it's still ranging here? Oh wow, it's moving. Look at the time. Look at the time. About to close. 1 hour candle closed. Now 1 hour candle is at support, right? See, it bounced up. It bounced up. Our position is in break even. There's no risk on the table. There's no risk at all. Stop losses and profits. Stop loss is actually at break even. We have a sell stop and we have a buy stop. And another 1 hour candle closed. So see, now when you look on the 30 minute now, at this time you're obviously sleeping, you know, because like we're not awake trading. But when you look on the 30 minute is now in that same range. See this? Look to the left. It's in the same range and it's ranging, right? It's ranging. So when you look on the daily candle is still, you know, now you can just see it's going to head down, right? But what you got to do is you have to make sure where your stops are. It's very important. You change your risk from 2% to 5%? Yes. Because I'm confident in this trade. That's what I do in the live sessions too. Monday I'll go with low risk, 1%, 2%, and then Tuesday, Wednesday I'll increase my risk because there's a lot of volatility. You know, so why not make more money? This is pre-London. You look at the time, and this hour candle is about to close in 3, 2, 1. Oh wow, is this the new 4 hour candle? This is the new 4 hour candle just formed. Oh, our sell stop got activated. Our sell stop got activated. Oh shit, it's running. Wow. Sell stop is activated. We're sleeping at this point. Our scalp is running 40 pips. Wow. Wow, it's coming down hard. Hello? Okay. Awesome. Zone reached. So zone has been reached. Now what do we do? Now should we take profits? But hey, we're sleeping right now. Probably probably close the sell stop, you know, close the sell stop right here, close the buy stop as well, because it doesn't really matter now. When we look on the daily, look at this. Daily wick is about to get filled. So maybe that could be our TP down there as the daily wick gets filled. Damn, this thing is running hard. Holy, so this is how you get a scalp to a swing. Daily wick is gonna get filled. London Open is about to come in. Close half position. No, I think it's okay. I think it's fine because we're sleeping right now. London Open is here and the daily wick has been filled. Nice 70 pip trade. Not bad, right? Nice. Close this position. See, that's how you get a like a swing, like from a scalp to a swing. But you just have to wait for that opportunity to come up. Would you put a trail stop on pending while you sleep? No, probably not. Because the trail stop, now when you look on the 30-minute handles, this is where the trailing stop is gonna go. Like, you know, price made a, like, the same thing we talked about. Made a low, you know, it made a high, you know, lower high, lower low. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, you know. And when we look left, it's the same thing we talked about, that we had clean traffic to the left, right here, clean traffic. So this was an area where price had to, like, you know, this is where like candles mirror each other. So this is a very good trade. We had a sell stop, we had pendings. It's pretty good. So now let's move it to pre-New York. Oh shit, dropped even further. All right, this is 6 a.m. 6 a.m. you wake up, you're in a bunch of profits, you know, you've made 3,000 overnight, so now you're just waiting. Wow, that was some move. That was a very wild move. So now the 30-minute candle, this is another opportunity coming up here. So now this is where, when we wake up, or when I wake up, and I see price reaching a bottom, trying to create support, just wait. Just wait to see if the 30-minute candles create support. It might be time to push back up. But we're going to wait and see. Candles closing, 3, 2, 1, 0. Candles closed. 30-minute candle has closed. Let's look on the 4-hour. 4-hour has reached some sort of a support. Right here. It's reached support. It broke a support up over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this blue line down. And we're going to clone it. Look on a 1-hour. Looks like there's still some room it can go up. The 30-minute, what it did was it rejected this area, you know, and then formed this bearish candle, and now it's essentially formed some sort of a support right here, right? It's formed some sort of support. So now essentially you can say is that as long as price stays above the bottom of the 30-minute candle, it should continue moving up, right? So now the question you need to ask yourself is that if it starts to continue moving up, how far do you think it's going to go, right? That's the million-dollar question. So once it starts moving up, let's take a look at this, right? If you're looking at a biased perspective, only based on the fact that this 30-minute support has been created. So let's say we have a stop, right? Our stop is 12 pips away, right? 12 pips away. But that's a stop loss, 12 pips away. Take profit. You know, it could be, maybe now you see these clean candles moving down, right? So maybe a good TP would be at maybe in the middle of this area, maybe up over here, like 20 pips, 131, 230, right? Because essentially it can go all the way up here, but you're not trying to grab the whole move. You're trying to grab a portion of the move. So let's put it at 250, 252. TP is going to be at 252, right? Positive. This is a positive risk reward. You have a stop loss, which is below the 30-minute support, and then you have a TP, right? So as long as price stays above this area, it should continue moving bullish. Oh shit, we're moving. Oh shit, 15, 18 pips, 15 pips. Perfect. didn't really expect it to go this hard. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna close partial positions. Probably gonna close like 4 lots. Close 4 lots. Put this at break even, and let it run. See, now we took some profits off the table. You know, because the plan is to secure 10-15 pips and let the rest run. The 30-minute candle is about to close. Looking at the time, 30-minute candle closed. Look at the 15-minute. Still looks bullish. 1 hour is still bullish. Pretty good. So when you have a candle that pushes up with no wick at the bottom, this I guess that probably means that there was so much momentum that price didn't even wick down to create a wick. Boom. Wow. TP hit 250, 131, 250, and just price just retraced. Damn, Daniel. Oh, it's still moving. Let's look at the 1 hour here. Wow. Holy. 40 pips. When was EJ this volatile, man? So this is where, like, you know, it's, if you look at the time, this is 8:30 a.m. now in the morning, and this is when we say, oh yeah, our trade is done for the day. Now we're just, you know, chilling. So now we're just chilling. So now we're going to move to the Asian session, because obviously the trade for New York has been done. So we're going to move to the Asian session. This is 6 p.m. and this is 7 p.m. now. All right, 7 p.m. We are at the 7 p.m. time. Oh, this looks so nice. This looks really, really nice. Who can tell me what's happening here? I mean, who can tell me what's happening here? Rejection, right? So you have this candle that went up. This candle went bullish, but it closed at the support. This candle closed bearish. You know? This candle closed bearish. So now we have resistance formed on the 4 hour. So where will our stop loss be based on this 4 hour? Where will the stop loss be based on the 4 hour? Above the bearish candle. Perfect. Right? Now we have a stop, which is what? 16 pips. Right? And if we start to move down, we can probably get, like, you know, maybe try to get down to this wick right over here at like 131.070, because when we look left, that's the area where price might, you know, head down to. So that's what we're gonna target now. Okay. All right, let's do this. So first of all, we need to see if we can get some sort of a bearish candles on the high time frames or whatever. But we take it on the 4 hour. Let's do it. 15 pips. 15 pips. So, and maybe TP should be, let's go 1 to 1. 15 pips. 131, 126. So let's do this. 131 dot, let's do 130. Perfect. So this is just based off the 4 hour, trying to visualize the 4 hour turn bearish. There is an hour and a half left for this 4 hour to turn bearish. So that's what we're gonna hope for, that it goes bearish. So far we're up 10 pips. We're up 10 pips right over here. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna do the same thing we did before. We're gonna close a percentage. We're gonna secure 3 lots on 10 pips, which is $300. We're gonna secure that. Now we're letting an 80-cent lot running at stops at break even. Right? Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna let it run. If it hits stop loss, whatever. If it hits take profit, that's the trade for the Asian session. Right? Let's look at the 4 hour. Wow. Not breaking. Jesus. Oh, now take a look at this. Take a look at this. Look at this 4 hour. This 4 hour closed with no wick at the bottom, right? Look on the 1 hour. 1 hour also closed with no wick at the bottom. This means there's no range for the price to come down, right? So most times what happens is when this happens, most times when this happens is then there's a very high probability that the price may reverse. Look on the 30 minute, no wick at the bottom. It also closed above, it also closed at the support, you know, right over here. And if you check the news, there's no news. There's relatively no news here at all. Yeah, there's no wick at the bottom. So, should we put a buy stop or a sell stop? What would you guys reckon? Can we have a buy stop? Sell stop while we sleep? Buy stop. And where are we gonna have a buy stop? Sell stop, okay. So for buy stop, okay. So let's put a buy stop above this 4 hour wick right over here at 424, which is 28 pips away. 28 pips away, we have a 15 pip stop loss, buy stop, and on the 1 hour, let's see here, on the 30 minute, see, so if we break support at 131.100, we should continue moving down till here. So sell stop, let's put a sell stop like 5 pips away. Right? Perfect. Okay, so now we're going over, now we're going back to, this is where the Asian session has ended and you're letting price do its thing because now you have buy stops and sell stops placed. Candles has closed with no wicks, so Asian session is done, so we're just gonna chill now. Oh shit. What? Wow. Put this at break even quick. Did not expect that. Did not expect that at all. Yeah, perfect. So now let's go over to New York session. Oh, no way! What did... Was this news? Close this here. Whoa, wow. Did not expect that at all. Look at this move. Holy shit. Giant ass move. Alright, so let's go to New York session here. 4, 5, 6. 6 a.m. Eastern. Right? So when we come to this New York session, now we gotta remove all these zones here. We gotta remove all of these zones. Let's look at the daily. All of these zones we gotta remove, because now we gotta draw new stuff. The daily is rejecting the 4 hour is shaped like a bully over here. It doesn't even make sense what 4 hour is trying to do. But if you look closely, the 4 hour is like look left, right? 4 hour is trying to go up and it's rejecting an area, and you're like, okay, why is it rejecting that area? And you're like, okay, well, maybe this is resistance. You look left and you see, okay, yeah, well, you know what, this resistance does make sense, because, you know, seems like it is resistance. So now when you look on the 1 hour, 1 hour is creating another resistance here, right over here, right? It's creating resistance here. And 1 hour is creating some sort of a support down over here. Make sense? So now what's happening? Price is ranging. Let's copy this over to the 30-minute and see some more information here. Yeah, see? We're just ranging here, right? We're ranging. So now the idea is that if price breaks this support, right, where is it gonna come down to? Now let's take a look at a few examples here. If price breaks above resistance, right, what you got to do is you got to look left. You see this consolidation. So maybe, you know, above 131,950, you could have a clean move going up like this. So then you can say, okay, well, maybe, you know, I'm going to try to buy above 131,950, or maybe above, you know, 131,800 or 900, because you need candles closing above here. And then you can say, okay, we can move up, and then, you know, maybe have a move like this. But now if it breaks support, right, this move happened out of nowhere. If this breaks support, this is the move you want to catch, heading down, right? So what we got to do is we got to wait. We got to wait, and then we got to see that, okay, how can we take that move all the way down? So we're just going to wait and see how this happens, because if it breaks down, we're going to have a profitable trade. Or if it breaks up, we're going to have another profitable trade. So let's see here. Ooh, we got some 20 pips, 20, 30 pips here. Perfect. So we got to wait. So right now, the bias is ranging. You look on the 4 hour, 4 hour seems like it could go up, right? But if it does break down, looking on the 4 hour, maybe, you know, this is an area on the 4 hour where it might come down to, right here. If you look left, so this is the zone where the 4 hour might come down to. So this zone is like 15, 18 pips. Perfect. So we're gonna wait for some bearish momentum here. Oh, price is moving. All right, so got the 15-minute. If the 15-minute breaks, five minutes left. 30-minute close bearish. 30-minute has closed bearish here. So it hasn't broken, but if we have a sell stop below this area, 131,508, which is 70 pips away, 7 pips away, sell stop, and the stop is going to be above the previous candle, right? Yeah, right here. Perfect. Can we trade London session with the same strategy? Yeah, you can do anything you want, basically. All right, let's see if it breaks down. We have no position in right now. Oh, activated. Activated. We've broken support. We've broken the support. The 30-minute candle closed with no wick, but the momentum is down. I think it can continue down. So what I'm going to do is probably bring the stop a little lower below this candle. Let's see if we can have a profitable outcome. Oh, nice. It's moving. It's moving down nicely. Let's look on the 4 hour. 4 hours heading down to, oh wow, it's moving down very nice. This is the close of the 30-minute candle. This 30-minute candle, possibly now we're going to put positions at break even, because now it's a risk-free trade, right? And if you look on the 1 hour, the 1 hour is approaching a zone here, right over here. So that's why we put positions at break even, right? Because we want to protect our profits. There we go, we're in 12 pip profits. This is where I close my partial position. Let's say I'm going to close 3.5 lot, you know, close $350 and let 0.83 run at break even. Perfect. Perfect, perfect trade. Yep, see? Runner got stopped out. No big deal. But look at where the price came. It came in that zone. Right? That's why zones are very important. Now what do we do? Now New York session is done. Basically started Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're at 100%. So we're going to do one more Asian and one more New York, and then we're going to call it a day. So we're going to go towards Asian session here. 5 p.m., 6 p.m. All right, we're at 6 p.m. right now. So when we look at the Asian session, this is what we see right over here. 4 hours at support, 4 hours is trying to range, right? 4 hours trying to range, looking at the daily. Daily is at support. Daily seems like it can push up, but yeah, I don't know, it's pretty tricky. It's pretty tricky because now we gotta look at the most recent supports. So in this case, this is the most recent support. Right here, this is the most recent support. And when we look up, this is the most recent resistance up over here. So essentially, price is ranging now in this 50 pip zone here. So we're probably gonna wait. Probably gonna wait and see what happens. Let's bring this down here a little bit. Bring this down here. This is the 4 hour support. And we have a 4 hour resistance right here. Delete. Delete. Perfect. We're ranging. Nothing happening on the 1 hour as well. See, look at this range. We're just ranging. $30-minute candle, but oh, moving down. How big is this move down? Oh, 13, 14 pips. 30-minute candle closed bearish. 30-minute candle closed below all the other candles to the left. There is a chance we can head down. So can we take a trade? Can we take a trade going down? Could this be a profitable trade? I think we can have a profitable trade. Probably gonna wait. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, it could have been a profitable trade. Stop loss above the candle, and then 14-15 pips coming down to this support area here. Oh well, missed this trade. Let's go to New York session here. Ooh, wow, ran nice. So this is where we came down to. Interesting. Okay, London Open 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 a.m. Eastern. We are at 6 a.m. Eastern. 4-hour candles have tapped support, and we wake up, and this is what we see on the 4-hour candles. 4-hour candles. This is what we see. So basically, 4-hour candle went bullish. 26 pips when it was formed in the first hour. It doesn't have a lower wick, right? It doesn't have the lower wick. So let's take a look at the 1 hour here. 1 hour closed below resistance, right? And it has a support down over here. Let's look on the 30-minute. The 30-minute also closed below resistance. So for sells, we need a candle to turn bearish in our direction. That's what we gotta wait for. So we're gonna wait for this 30-minute candle to close. So we're gonna go about our day, and then we come back in 30 minutes. Look at the time, 6 a.m. Next candle, 6:30 a.m. Looking at the 15-minute. 15-minute is bearish, consolidating. But looking at the 30-minute. 30-minute still hasn't formed a bearish candle. I mean, you can still take a sell, have like 11 pip stop, and then aim for maybe this bottom here at like 307. It's the 1-to-1 risk reward, but essentially the 30-minute candle hasn't closed bearish. So this would be a very risky sell, right? But could still work. Let's move to the next 30-minute candle. See, still bullish. Let's move to the next one, because we're still at resistance here, right? Yeah, we're still at resistance here. So we gotta wait. We don't know what's happening. Wow, look at that. See, nothing. We're not breaking, we're not closing below, we're not giving a bearish candle. Like, we don't know what the fuck's going on here. Let's go to the next one. Ooh, came down hard. Now what do we do? What do we want to do now? What do we want to do now? Do we want to take a buy, a sell, or we're waiting? Yeah, mostly we're waiting, because there is 1 hour left for this 4-hour candle to close. 1 hour left. So might as well wait for the, oh wow. Damn. So we're gonna wait for the 4-hour candle to close. There we go. 4-hour candle closed. Let's look at the 1 hour. This is interesting, because the 1 hour is rejecting this resistance, right? 1 hour is rejecting this resistance. So if we have a close below this area, we can possibly have sells, but we need a resistance to be formed first. So we're going to wait for that resistance to be formed. See, 30-minute candles, 1 minute, 1 hour, 30 minutes, they're moving up. Oh shit, what's going on here? Oh, could this be a start of a short? Could this be a start of a short? Could this be a fake out? 3, 2, 1. 15-minute candles have closed. Wow, man. I think this was a fake out. But we want this 30-minute candle to close. 30-minute candle close is important. 30 minute. If the 30 minute can close bearish, that would be perfect because that move up was a fake out. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I think we're heading down. That move up was a fake out. Fuck, the stop is too big. Stop is too big. Because if we go down, it's like 20 pips. Can we have a 20? Yeah, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. It's a 1-to-1 ratio, so I'm going to lower down the risk. 20, 20. Yeah, it's a 1-to-1 ratio, so I'm going to lower down the risk because the stop is too big. Right? Because, I mean, the candles here, they rejected resistance. This tried to break up, but couldn't sustain its upside, and this closed back in the range. So now that move up is a fake out. That move up is a fake out. So essentially 4 hour can move bearish because the daily is also bearish. Let's see here. Let's see if you can get a positive outcome with this trade based on the 30 minute. All right, perfect. Perfect. We're moving down. Oh, this is awesome. So the idea here was we lowered down the risk because stop loss would have been way bigger. Wow, look at the time. It's 10:30 a.m. right now. Awesome. Perfect. So let's call it a day over here. We went over high time frame analysis. We went over how to look for a possible trade on a high time frame and execute on a small time frame. We went over pending orders. We went over zones. We went over like how to draw support resistance zones, how to draw the most recent support resistance zones, waiting for candles to close. We went over like, you know, the New York sessions and Asian opens. So if you rewatch this session, you will see that we only traded a couple of hours in Asian, couple of hours in New York, right? You got to stay disciplined. Discipline is going to take you to the promised land. Have a good day, everybody. Have a good Saturday.